I think the term robot vacuums is now officially obsolete. That's because these devices that started out as simple vacuums have evolved into multi-purpose cleaning centers that can now vacuum, mop, clean themselves, empty dirty water, plus dump out their own dustbins. I'm Erin from TechGadgetsCanada.com, and one of the newest floor cleaning centers is the ECOVACS DEEBOT X1 OMNI. ECOVACS is sponsoring this post and has provided me with this test unit to review here in my home. Even so, they have not told me what I have to say or what I can't say about this bot. So in this review, I'll tell you what it can do, how well I think it works, about its special features, and if I think it could be a good investment for you. An early heads up, if you end up liking this video and finding it helpful, to please hit that like button and consider becoming a subscriber. Both those things help me keep making more videos that I hope everyone out there gets to watch, enjoy, and learn from. Let's take a quick look at what's new on this bot, and we'll be getting into detail on each of these coming up. On the ECOVACS DEEBOT X1 OMNI, there is now 3D mapping. There is heated auto drying of the mopping pads, plus the new Yiko voice assistant.
There's a new designer look, plus automated emptying and refilling. Dual scrubbing mopping plates are now part of this package, and it can be used as a mobile roving camera if you choose to activate that. The ECOVACS DEEBOT X1 OMNI has two main components. There's the dual vacuum and mopping robot, plus the Omni station, or the base station. Let's get a closer look. This bot is about standard robot vacuum size. It's got a roller brush underneath and two corner brushes you'll need to snap on when you unbox it. The design is a bit new, with a pretty brushed silver cover that lifts right off to reveal the onboard dustbin. The water tank in this bot is not visible or accessible, but that's okay because your base station is going to take care of that for you. The mop has also been redesigned. Gone is the one-piece floating plate with cloth, and in its place are two detachable round pads with little microfibre cloths that attach securely with special velcro. This new mopping format is designed to scrub, not just wipe. There's also a camera on the front, and we'll get to more on both that and the improved mopping shortly. Now, the Omni station is big. You're definitely going to need a dedicated place to put it, near a plug and with enough space for the bot to move in and out. Under the lid on the Omni station here are three things. There's a clean water tank, a dirty water tank, and a little storage drawer for brushes, extra mopping pads, and vacuum bags. This is a thoughtful detail I appreciate, so everything can stay in one place. The vacuum bag bin is now in a small drawer in the front of the Omni station.
Overall, the designers at ECOVACS have done a great job here. This unit is a little more attractive than some other similar products, and everything is thoughtfully accessible.
To get things started, you'll need the ECOVACS app, where you'll sign into or sign up for an account, then add your robot. This takes just seconds, and I was ready to clean in less than a minute.
The first order of business is to map your home, and getting a map will allow your bot to recognize rooms and spaces, avoid furniture and obstacles, and to manage room-by-room cleaning schedules. I can confidently say that the ECOVACS DEEBOT X1 OMNI, like other ECOVACS bots that I've tried, maps the fastest of almost any other bot. My DEEBOT X1 OMNI here had my space mapped on the first day, and the map was very accurate. That's because of the technology in this bot.
The X1 OMNI's navigation technology, known as True Mapping 2.0, uses the same kind of tech found in self-driving cars to learn and map my home's layout. Rather surprisingly, the DEEBOT X1 OMNI goes beyond two-dimensional maps with new interactive 3D maps, not only of rooms but of furniture as well. Just tap on a piece of furniture on the 3D map to clean around that. App connectivity lets you take control and schedule a clean or monitor the cleaning status, and even see where your robot is cleaning in real time or where it has cleaned on the last job, all from the palm of your hand. I love this feature because it means no more guessing if your bot vac actually got into some corners. You can also use your phone and the app as a virtual remote, starting and stopping your cleans. It essentially means you can clean your home from anywhere. Now, with your map drawn inside the ECOVACS app, you can go into it and assign labels to each room. This is going to let you schedule automatic cleans. The kitchen nightly, the bedrooms weekly. You get the idea.
On to the big question, how well does it clean? I put all the robot vacuums and mops that I test through the same paces. I'll spill things like flour, rice, cracker crumbs on both carpet and hard floors. I'll also pour out some liquids too for the mopping tests. When it comes to how well the X1 OMNI cleans, I can say it cleaned really well.
The X1 Omni was easily able to vacuum food, grit, and spilled dirt from my hard floors, and its methodical cleaning patterns means it gets all the little bits. It almost has this ability to see and detect these spills, so it kind of zeroes in on them and cleans until everything's gone. On carpet, it was also very effective. If it scattered my special spills, by the time it finished its row-by-row cleaning, it had sucked up all the dirt. With the mopping, it was easily able to mop up small wet spills, and it also cleaned small dried spills too.
While the X1 Omni's absorbent pads will wipe up small spills, it's not really meant to roll over and inhale big wet messes. It's best to wipe up most of your spill first and then let the X1 Omni finish the job. It can also scrub off things like dried coffee, dog footprints, or stray drips.
The major innovation in the mopping here is that there is actual scrubbing power, which you don't get from most other mopping bots. The X1 Omni has Osmo Turbo 2.0 technology, which uses these dual pressurized mopping pads spinning at 180 RPMs to give you scrubbing action even on uneven surfaces.
There's also heated auto drying, so your mop can be automatically dry in 2 hours, and that'll help reduce things like bacteria and keep musty smells from invading the pads.
Okay, this is drying. You can barely hear the airflow and feel the tiniest little bit of warmth. The clean mopping water tank inside the DEEBOT X1 Omni is huge, holding 4 liters of fresh water. That means you shouldn't need to worry about refills for weeks.
Everyone always wants to know what happens with robot mopping on carpets. The X1 Omni here has automatic carpet detection that prevents it from wetting carpets when in mopping mode. That means it'll avoid carpets when the mopping plates are installed. In my testing, this worked like a charm, and I never once had wet carpets or damp rugs.
When it's time for a thorough vacuum, just pull the mopping pads off to tackle the carpet.
The X1 Omni also has what's called auto boost suction. And what that does is increases the suction power when the bot detects it's on carpet to power dirt out of the fibers. I could actually hear this increase in power while it was running, and I found it did a really good job at getting my carpets clean.
The X1 Omni has some of the most powerful suction power in a robot vacuum. There's 5,000 pascals of suction plus a 3-layer filtration system, so dust doesn't get spread back into the house. Despite the high suction power, the X1 Omni is really quiet. In fact, you can actually control the noise level by choosing how much suction you want, from low and super quiet to full power. It's all in the app.
And speaking of the adjustable vacuum, you can also adjust water flow on the mop too, so that you can get your floors really clean or just give them a light wipe down. And that's thanks to the X1 Omni's Osmo mopping system, which enables precise electronic water flow control.
Hazard recognition and avoidance is a key bit of technology that can mean the difference between your robot completing its clean and it getting stuck.
Too many less intelligent bots can get tangled up in stray socks or dropped cords, and that'll prevent them from finishing a clean. The X1 Omni uses not 1, but 2 advanced obstacle avoidance systems. It's got camera vision plus 3D laser scanning, which essentially sees and identifies common household objects to avoid them. This means your DEEBOT here should be able to complete more cleans without getting stuck.
I tested this out by deliberately placing shoes, cords, and socks in its path, and I'm impressed to say the X1 Omni was great at seeing and going around potentially troubling objects. I can also say that in my testing, the X1 Omni never got stuck or tangled up, and it handled flooring transitions extremely well. In fact, it can handle transitions up to 20 millimeters or 2 centimeters tall.
You can get hands-free control of your robot vacuum mop both in the old school way and with something new and way cooler. If you're a Google Home or Amazon Echo user, you can link your smart home devices to your robot here and then tell it when and where to start cleaning. I found this worked really well. You just need to link the bot either inside the Google or Alexa app first and then say things like, okay, A lady, tell X1 Omni to start cleaning.
But the new Yiko built-in voice assistant lets you use natural language to talk to your bot directly and ask it to clean. She can respond to general requests or room-specific asks.
Clean the bedroom.
Okay, stop current task and start area cleaning.
Rather amazingly, only when you use the Yiko voice assistant, you can also take advantage of what's called voice distance recognition. Now what this means is that you can go to a spot in your home and say, okay, Yiko, clean this spot. And she'll know where this spot is because of that voice distance recognition.
Okay, double check where you are. Please stay where you are for a while. Currently paused.
Not now.
It's important to note this will use approximation and general direction to send the bot to your general area. It's not yet precise enough for a specific small spot clean.
It's possible to use your robot here as a mobile security camera around the house. Doing this requires a few additional steps, and this is designed to maximize privacy and security with having a mobile camera in the house.
The camera is actually quite good quality, and you can drop a marker anywhere on your map and the bot will go there automatically. It can also just patrol around on its own. The great thing about the X1 Omni for even very large homes is that it'll automatically return to the charging dock when its battery gets low, then continue cleaning where it left off. With 180 minutes of runtime, it should be able to handle most jobs on a single charge.
Start charging.
Overall, the all-new ECOVACS DEEBOT X1 OMNI really does it all. It vacuums and mops, it refills its water tank for mopping and then cleans and dries the mops, plus it'll empty its own dustbin, and it does it all inside a beautifully designed package. It runs quietly, it's got great suction and long battery life, and it cleans both wet and dry messes on hard floors or carpets like a dream. I've really been impressed with all this bot can do, so I can definitely recommend it for you and your home. The ECOVACS DEEBOT X1 OMNI sells for about $1,549 US, and if you want to read more about this bot or reference any of what I've talked about, you can head over to techgadgetscanada.com for a full write-up. There you can ask me any questions you have. You can also post them here in comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Erin. Until the next time, you can find me on either Twitter or Instagram. I'm at ErinLYYC. You can also always catch me on Facebook at facebook.com/techgadgetscanada.